Ladies and gentlemen, let's get straight into this video. How much and how fast can your vertical jump increase in general? How much and how fast can it increase with my body weight program? And how much can it increase with my weight training program? By the way, if you do not have my free programs, jump down below and I will send those over to you. But it depends on all of these factors. Okay, I'm answering this for two reasons. Number one is because I want you to have the general knowledge of how much increase you can expect in what sort of time period you can expect it in. And also because this is the number one question that I get when I give away my free programs. People want to know, how fast can I increase? When am I going to dunk? When am I going to be touching the rim? Etc., etc. What I want you to do while I'm going over these 8 different factors is I want you to think about yourself, think about your situation, and think about how these 8 factors can apply to you and your vertical jump journey. So when I'm talking about your age, think about, how old am I? What is my current vertical jump? What is my prior training? How hard do I work in the gym, etc., etc. But just to give you the answer very quickly, with my body weight vertical jump training program, people normally gain 2 to 10 inches with my body weight program. It's 16 weeks long. With my free weight training program, people normally gain 4 to 12 inches. Okay, so you're going to get more results with the weight training program than with just body weight. All right, let's get into these 8 factors and you will understand why when people ask me, Nate, how many inches can I gain from your program? It is such a loaded question and it is very, very hard for me to answer because I don't know all of these things about that specific person. Okay, so number one is your age. And think about yourself. How old are you? If you're 14 years old to, we'll say, about 30 years old, then you will get more of a response than if you're 30 plus. Now, that's not to say that you can't increase your vertical or you can't dunk a basketball if you're 30 plus. It's just going to be a little bit harder. Your central nervous system, your neuromuscular system gets a little bit slower each year as you get older. It's just human beings. We are developing, we are growing older. That's why you don't see 90-year-old men dunking a basketball, because it gets slower and slower and slower as you get older. So if you're 14 years old to 30 years old, you'll get the most response. If you're 30 plus, it's just gonna be a little bit harder, but that just means you have to work a little bit harder. Number 2 is your current vertical. With my body weight jump program, I said that you will gain 2 to 10 inches. If I were personally to do my body weight vertical jump program, no way am I gaining 10 inches on my vertical jump. My current vertical is about 38, 39 inches. I haven't hit a 40-inch vertical yet, but for me to go from 38 inches to 48 inches in 16 weeks with my body weight program is that it's not going to happen. Now, if you have a 16-inch vertical, you can by all means get to a 26-inch vertical with the body weight program or a 28-inch vertical with the weight training program. If your vertical jump is lower, it's easier to gain more inches than if you already have a high vertical jump. As you get higher and higher and higher, it's harder and harder and harder to keep putting inches on that vertical. Then we have prior training. For myself, personally, if I were to do my body weight vertical jump training program, it would be going backwards. I probably wouldn't see much of a gain, maybe half an inch, maybe 1 inch, but I'm already at a stage in my vertical jump training where I'm past my body weight program. So think about your current training. If you've already been doing vertical jump training for a long time, then you're not going to see as many results as somebody who just hops in with no prior training and they just shock their body with the vertical jump training program. They will see more results than you will. Okay, so think about your prior training. What have you done in the past? Where are you currently? And think about how that one applies to your situation. Then we have how well your body responds. And this one is not up to you. This is up to your genetics. One person could do it and get 5 inches. One person could do it and get 12 inches. Your body is going to respond better to the vertical jump training programs if you haven't done much training previously. So those two kind of go hand in hand. Then we get to how hard you work. This one is self-explanatory. If you're doing a lunge hold in the body weight program and you're holding your hands on your knee and you're not really getting the full benefit, giving your full effort to the exercise, obviously you're not going to get as many results as somebody who is really putting themselves into the program. If you are jumping and you're not giving it your max effort and somebody's actually giving every single jump max effort as high as they can go, they're going to get more results than you. So you have to look at how hard you work, because I've trained some people, I've seen some people train who don't work that hard, and I have to remind them, you cannot expect your vertical jump to get higher if you don't put maximum effort into every single rep of every single set of every single workout. Then we have stretching. How often do you stretch? Because athletes are notorious for skipping their stretching. But I'll tell you this, tight muscles equal a lower vertical jump. If you have loose muscles, especially looser hips, if you have tight hips, you might as well just cement cinder blocks to your feet, because you need loose hips, you need loose muscles, and not loose to the point where you can do all these crazy flexibility tricks. You just need to be not tight. So definitely do your stretching. If you're skipping your stretching, you can expect your vertical to be less than if you actually did your stretching every single day. The next one is sleep. This one is kind of self-explanatory. You know whether or not you are getting good sleep. So if we have person A over here who's getting 5 hours of sleep, they're playing video games until 3 a.m. and then they go to sleep. This person will get less results than somebody who's going to bed at 11 p.m. and allowing themselves to sleep until their body wakes them up. Okay, so there's a couple things you could do to maximize sleep. Number one, don't drink any caffeine before bed, obviously. I know a lot of kids who like to play Fortnite, I don't know what, GTA, I don't know what video games are hip right now, but if you're playing video games and you're drinking caffeine before you go to sleep, I can guarantee you are not maximizing and optimizing your sleep. So number one, don't drink caffeine before bed. Drink it in the morning, and that's it, in the morning. After 12 o'clock noon, stop drinking caffeine. The second thing is, don't be looking at screens directly before you go to bed. Watching your cell phone screen like this on Instagram, scrolling, looking at Instagram models' booties, isn't gonna help you get the best sleep, okay? Watching television, being on your laptop, iPad, iPod, all of these devices emit a blue light that suppresses melatonin and doesn't allow you to get deep sleep, and that is where you recover. That is where you get bigger, stronger, faster, more explosive in that deep recovery sleep. So if you're drinking caffeine before bed, you're not optimizing your sleep. If you're looking at screens before you go to bed, you're not optimizing your sleep. And the last thing is, if you are using an alarm to wake up, you are not optimizing your sleep. You need to sleep not until when your alarm goes off. You need to sleep until the work is done in your brain and body. Let your body wake up naturally. Your brain, your body will wake you up. It will let you know when you are done sleeping, when you are done recovering. If you use an alarm and say, oh, it's 7 a.m., time to get up and make bacon, then you're not going to get the most results because you're interrupting that recovery process. So that's sleep. Somebody who's optimizing their sleep will get more results than somebody who's not. And the last one is nutrition. Obviously, if you're eating gummy bears all day long, you're getting less results than somebody who is eating chicken breast and whole grain brown rice and broccoli. Okay, so when it comes to optimizing your nutrition, there's so many things that I could tell you, so many foods that I could give you, but all that I could say is there's a video link down below that you can watch to optimize your nutrition for athletes. I have a series called Morty Mealtime, and I actually only did one video on that, but I'm going to do more, and that will give you good meal ideas for ways that you can optimize your nutrition. But just think about it. Every single time that you eat something, look at it, say, is this good for me? Or is it not? Is it going to fuel my body, or is it going to be toxic for my body? If you have an apple, you can say, oh, this is obviously going to fuel my body. If you have a Hershey bar, you can obviously say this is going to be toxic for my body. Now, whether you decide to eat that Hershey bar anyway is your choice. But that's just another thing. If you are optimizing your nutrition, then you are going to optimize your gains in the gym, and your vertical jump will be higher. Once again, more information. It's a huge topic to talk about nutrition. So video link down below for that one. And that is it. So when people ask me how many inches can they gain from my programs, it is a very loaded question because it depends on how old you are, what your vertical is, all 8 of these factors. So hopefully you have a better understanding now of how much you can gain from my programs, how much you can gain from other programs, how much you can gain in general, and how fast and what period of time you can gain these inches. Ladies and gentlemen, like this video, leave a comment down below if there's something that I did not answer for you. Jump down below if you want my free bodyweight vertical jump training program, and that will give you a link to get my weight training program. And subscribe to the channel if you have not already. Take action, because action is everything. Knowledge is not power. They lied to you in school. Knowledge is potential power until you take action on what you know. I will see you guys in the next video.
Young visionary, and I don't know where I am. I'm running blindfolded, like I ain't got a plan. You either steady living life, or you afraid to die. But if you don't take that leap, how you know that you can't fly?